Hey wrestling fans, welcome to another episode of 360 Wrestling Fanatic. I am back once again, your host Lance Brock, for Sunday, February 13th, 2022. Unfortunately, had another little break off there, got a little lazy again. Hopefully that won't last. Hopefully we'll be back to doing more episodes again of the 360 Wrestling Podcast. Today, we are here for 360 Wrestling Fanatic. Thank you to everybody for tuning in who is listening right now, wherever you are listening, wherever part of the world you are at, whatever you're listening to on this episode, on Spreaker, on Anchor, wherever else you can listen to podcasts. Also on the new 360 Wrestling Podcast YouTube channel as well. Thank you. Make sure you click like, subscribe, not only on YouTube, but also the podcast feed you're listening to. Also, if you can leave a comment as well. Like Colt Cabana used to say on The Art of Wrestling, helps the algorithm. So, today's episode of 360 Wrestling Fanatic, gonna talk about a few things that have happened during that little break there. But first, I want to talk about a show that took place last night. Warrior Wrestling 19 from Chicago at Cicero Stadium, where MLW has ran before. The commentators for tonight are Rich Bocchini and Veda Scott. Very good on the call, I thought. And we start things off pretty good here for the Warrior Wrestling Lucha Championship. It is Sam Adonis defeating Lince Dorado in a pretty good opener. And next we have Dalton Castle taking on Warhorse, which I thought was a entertaining match. Dalton Castle getting the win, and he had the boys with him. 4 boys actually. Next up, Miranda Alizé taking on Sky Blue. I'm a fan of both of these. It's just too bad that one of them had to lose this match. These two had a solid match. It is Sky Blue picking up the win. We have a 4-way up next. Alex Zane, Myron Reed, Gringo Loco, and Blake Christian. Another very good match here on the card is Blake Christian picking up the win. Tag team action coming up next on Warrior Wrestling 19. The Machine Brian Cage and KC Navarro taking on the Acclaimed. Caster started off with a rap as always, insulting Brian Cage since he hasn't been on AEW TV in a while and hasn't received a new contract yet. And we have another good match here. It is Max Caster pinning Navarro to score the win for his team. And next we have an Impact Wrestling star taking on an AEW star, Speedball Mike Bailey versus Santana from Proud and Powerful. And I guess as of right now, still the Inner Circle. We'll have to see what happens there. And it is Santana getting the win. Very good match here. I definitely recommend checking this one out if you didn't see it. In our next match, Dante Martin defeats Bandito. Exciting one here. And the Ring of Honor World Tag Team Championships are on the line. The Briscoes defeating the Workhorsemen to retain. And now our main event of the evening. And this one, in my opinion, definitely match of the night. For the Warrior Wrestling Women's Championship, Athena challenging Thunder Rosa. This one, I just want to say right off the top, was a fantastic match. These two worked great in this one. They put it all in the ring. And it ended up being a time limit draw. Right at the end, Athena hits the Eclipse, but Thunder Rosa rose right out of the ring right when she hits it, so is not able to go for the cover, and then right after is when the time expires. Great match though, even though it was a time limit draw. This was an excellent match with these two. And both of them cut very good promos for the crowd after the show, or after the match, I should say. And, well, it was after the show, because that was the last match, but very good here. These two, again, just put on a great match. So, overall, that was Warrior Wrestling 19. It's been quite a while since I've recapped the show from Warrior Wrestling. And once again, I was impressed, to be honest. If you remember, about maybe, I think it might be over a year ago now, I recapped some of their stadium shows, and those shows were very good as well. And all I gotta say is I definitely recommend this show. If you have not seen it yet, you can order the replay on Fight.tv and the Fight app. And like I said, I definitely recommend checking it out. It's only $19.99. Very, very entertaining. And got some news. I normally don't talk about spoilers on this show, so I'm not going to say exactly what it is, but there is some tapings from the NWA happened where something big took place. I'm not going to say what it is, but if you want to look it up, you can. Like I said, I normally don't go over spoilers on this show because I normally don't like them, and that kind of is because it took place at the tapings. And some other news. Let's get into now. I don't think I've had a chance to talk about it yet on any of the podcasts, but obviously one of the biggest news stories, Shane McMahon being gone from WWE. And I know when this first happened, there was a lot of people thought they were being funny and photoshopped the pictures and stuff online. Shane McMahon is all elite, but I don't see that happening at all. I don't know if those people actually do. Probably just joking around. Shane McMahon being gone from WWE, it had to do with him producing the Rumble, and well, actually not just that. They say there's been things longer than that have been like problems between him and Vince and other people. Also, next Saturday we have Elimination Chamber coming up, live from Saudi Arabia. Goldberg challenging Roman Reigns for the Universal Championship. The Elimination Chamber match, the two of them I should say, and should be a pretty good show. We'll just have to wait and see. Saturday afternoon. Also, this past Wednesday night, we had the debuts on AEW Dynamite of Keith Lee and Switchblade Jay White. Of course, Switchblade Jay White from New Japan Pro Wrestling, and still working a little bit with Impact Wrestling, and he will be on the No Surrender show next Saturday night on Impact Plus. The Forbidden Door once again. And I know some people have been saying online they've been getting tired of the expression the Forbidden Door, but I'm fine with it. They can keep saying that as long as they want. And that is about it for this episode of 360 Wrestling Fanatic. Kind of a short one, but I hope to be back soon with more episodes. Hopefully that little break is over now. And like I said, the New Year's resolution was to do more episodes and make the podcast better. So hopefully I will do that for the rest of the year, 2022. Definitely plan on it. So, once again, thank you for tuning in to 360 Wrestling Fanatic today. I appreciate you listening wherever you're listening, whether you're listening to on Spreaker, which is the main one. If you listen to any, I'd rather have it on Spreaker, but you can listen to wherever you want, wherever you get your podcasts. And also subscribe to the 360 Wrestling Podcast YouTube channel, the new one. And if you want to support 360 Wrestling Podcast, help us out. And it doesn't have to be much. If you can afford anything, doesn't matter how much it is, how big, how small, anchor.fm/360-wrestling-podcast 360. I always put it in the description. But like I said, you can support. It doesn't matter how much. It's the thought that counts, like they say. Like I said, I'll put it in the description. If you have any questions, comments, suggestions, or shout-outs, or anything, the email is 360wrestlingpodcast@gmail.com. Can send anything you want, as long as it's nice. And hope to be back soon. And tonight's a big Sunday, of course. Puppy Bowl Sunday. And then there's some football game too. So hope everyone watches the Puppy Bowl today and enjoys it. And if you're watching that little football game that's going on, I hope you enjoy that too. But until the next episode of 360 Wrestling Fanatic, I am Lance, and I am a wrestling fanatic.